Alrighty guys, probably can't see me too well, but we're starting off on a night hike on this trip, because why not? So yeah, head up to Elbow Lake for tonight and then on to Rae Lake tomorrow. So just gonna have a quick hike into Elbow tonight and then yeah, off to Rae tomorrow. Alright, so the original plan was to go all the way to Rae Lake today, but that's 10 kilometers and I went a bit later than I would like to, so thankfully Elbow was like only, I think 500 meters, so, but doing this a bit of a test trip for tomorrow, next weekend. So, it's a bit harder, just kind of seeing how the Achilles takes it, how my cardio takes it, because I haven't been doing much cardio lately with the Achilles injury, so, yeah. But I hear some beautiful views tomorrow, so looking forward to that. Good morning, guys. Was insane wind and rain last night and hail for the most I've ever been in. Still a little wet in some spots here. I don't think I pitched this the greatest last night in the dark. Just saying. And one of the stakes got pulled out here, as you can see. So, still stood up to it though. I definitely would like that pitch to be a little bit lower. But again, I was doing it in the dark, so, and scrambling to do it because it was starting to rain. But the wind has picked up pretty bad, so better get out and just blow away. But pack up, get going. So this pulled this stake right out of the ground. Oh yeah, this one almost got pulled out too. So I guess I just didn't pitch this very well. So yeah, not a great pitch. Not warm this morning. Alrighty, good morning guys. So we're all packed up. That ground sheet was pretty wet, so I couldn't tell. I think it was just a bad pitch of the tent, but we'll set it up tonight and see what was wrong, because it's hard to tell in the dark, just trying to scramble to get everything together before that big storm hit, which was the craziest storm I think I've ever been in a tent. Oh, excuse me. Hiccups this morning. Yeah, that was the biggest hail I think I've ever seen in a tent as well. So it might have been the worst pitch I've ever done in a storm for a tent though too. So yeah, we made it, so it's good. And it is cold this morning though, 4 degrees Celsius right now. So, and I didn't bring gloves, so, which was probably not the smartest decision, but here we are. So I'm gonna go eat breakfast and then we'll hit the trail, and I'm gonna discuss a couple of tips and a couple of lessons learned on this trip even alone that I'm learning again. It's you know, you never stop learning out here for sure. And a couple of the big ones we're going to talk about is checklists, and we'll talk about the things I forgot in this trip that I might have brought if I had looked at a checklist. So yeah, we're going to get some breakfast and then get on the trail, and also when we get to camp tonight I'll show kind of what I brought, why I brought it, and yeah, what I'm carrying right now. Alright guys, so ate breakfast, ran to some of the next people and talked to them for a bit, and now just heading out from Bow Lake to go to Rae Lake today. So it's quite cold this morning. Here is Bow Lake, very beautiful area. So, but we got about 10K to do today, so we're gonna get the move on and get going. So alrighty, let's hit the trail.
Well, some pretty nice views here. Just kind of, so yeah, we're gonna keep going though. So we'll try to get out here before this rain hits. All right, so we're still hiking here. Head up to a beautiful lake. And when we get there, I'll kind of show you my gear and hopefully get some gear dried out. Show you what I'm taking on this trip, what I forgot on this trip, and why checklists are so important. So, but yeah. Also, I'm having a supper tonight that I've never had before. It is one of the Peak Refuel ones, and in my effort to test all of the Peak Refuel meals out, I am bringing along this meal, and I'm not overly excited about it. So you'll see why once we get there. But it might be okay. We'll see. I'm hoping it'll be okay. Good views, and we'll keep on going. So the other thing too I'm finding is my filming system is a little slow, so we'll work on that. All right, guys, made it to Rae Lake here, just coming to the lake. The trail definitely did not follow the I guess trail on the GPS map, but I still got here. So maybe that must be an old track or whatever, not sure, but it's pretty beautiful. Alrighty guys, camp's all set up. Got a nice pitch on this thing. So yeah, I'm gonna go and do a little bit of a hike now before supper. It's still kind of mid-afternoon. And we'll come back and do like a full kind of gear rundown and whatnot and have some supper. So, and we'll also get to see what that meal is that it's brand new that I'm trying that I'm skeptical about. So. Hey guys, I haven't got a chance to go eat yet because it started raining there. So kind of got back from the hike and jumped into the tent and just kind of waited that out for a couple hours. And now I'm gonna eat some food. And it is chilly. So it is 6 degrees Celsius right now. So, which really isn't that chilly, but for summer, it's a little chilly, especially after you're used to the heat and everything. So, so I did have this is my bear bag. So this is an Ursac Major, I believe. I also have the Major XL for longer trips and whatnot. So I was gonna go over kind of my food kit here, but yeah, this is a great bear bag because you can just hang it on a tree. You don't have to like do the whole hanging thing like with the rope and stuff. You can just tie this around a tree, tie it in figure 8, and it's good to go. All right, now my cook set here is kind of my tried and true system that I've used now for a while. It is the Tokes titanium 550 ml pot, and I use just 2 rubber bands to keep the lid on there. And then I got a mini Bic lighter in there, the BRS 3000 stove, super lightweight stove, and let's see, my fuel canister. So that's what I'm going to be using to cook food. Now, to that in a minute. Obviously for my water, I'm just using smart water bottles, 2 1 liters and 1 750 ml with the sport cap, which I really like. Yep. Now, I don't want to get into breakfast yet, but we're going to talk about the supper. This is the one I'm a little nervous about. So this is the butternut dal pot, I think. It's a like it has rice, lentils, chickpeas, rice, and butternut squash. It's supposed to be like a like meatless one, and I'm a big meat guy, so this is why I'm a little concerned that this isn't going to taste that great. But you know what? I'm gonna give it a shot. It still has 23 grams of protein in it, which isn't as much as like, you know, pesto pasta, which is like I think 44. But the reason why I'm trying this is because I've wanted to try all the Peak Refuel meals to kind of give a review at the end of trying all of them, you know, to tell you guys which one is the best, and, you know, to know for myself so I know what to buy in future trips. But I kind of wanted to try all the Peak Refuel ones because I really like the Peak Refuel brand and their meals and everything. So because of that, I also have kind of a treat for myself later today. That is the peach cobbler dessert thing. Now, I have some thoughts on these. Like, this is literally just some sugar, some granola, and you know, pound cake and whatever, and peaches, I guess. But we're gonna have this a little bit later. I'm gonna eat supper now and then wait a few hours and then have this, because this is 670 calories, which is a lot for dessert. I feel like it's too much. It says serves 2, so 340 calories per person, which is probably a better serving size. I probably should have broke this down into 2 and then done it that way, but I didn't, so this is what we're gonna do. And then breakfast, the breakfast on this trip has been the Alpenfuels. This one here is the lemon berry granola breakfast. Alpenfuels are one of my favorite breakfasts in the backcountry. I would say my favorite breakfast, and they're really good. They're high calories. They're not cheap, but none of the freeze-dried meals are. 650 calories for this one, and some of them go up to 700 plus. What's really nice about these is like 4 to 5 ounces of cold or hot water, and you just let it rehydrate for 5 minutes and you eat it. So it's even quicker than some of like the suppers from, you know, that you would typically get. So it's really quick, really fast. I think they're better hot than cold, but you can do it either way. I've done them both ways. Yeah, so what's cool is they're local to North America. So these are made in Montana. So pretty cool to support like an American company that way. So yeah, really love these, highly recommend them. They're not a sponsor of this channel or me. I just really like their breakfast and think they're awesome. Oh yeah, one more thing to add. So there was no meat for the supper tonight, but I brought beef jerky, or steak bites, whatever they are, the Costco ones. They're great. I love these, so I'm gonna eat those, you know, to kind of make up for my lack of meat, because I like my meat. And then I also try to take on a lot of trips is like a protein powder supplement. So this is just like, you know, you get the bulk protein powder, and I just take the scoop and I scoop it into a little baggie, and then I'll pour this into my pot here while my supper's rehydrating, and I'll mix it up and I'll drink it. Another solution that I found works quite well for this is like a smaller Nalgene that you can just pour it into and then shake it up. Shaking up it works way better. I've done both methods. I did this method for a long time on the Great Divide Trail because, you know, you don't have to carry anything else to do it. One of the things I started doing partway through that trip was bring one of those little orange juice bottles, and then what I would do is I'd cut the end off, the corner off here, and then I would feed it in there, which was a pain, but then I got it in there, I was able to shake it up, and you're not dealing with the clumps and everything. So, but a good supplement to kind of, you know, rebuild those muscles. I don't find I need it on like easier, shorter trips, but I do like it for the harder days and the longer days. And then this is another thing that I use. I take this in the morning, took it this morning, but this is just like some greens, like multivitamin greens, some collagen, turmeric, and vitamin C powder all mixed together. And so that's, I will say it doesn't taste the greatest, but it's good for you. And I try to take that every morning as kind of part of my vitamin, you know, supplement. So All right, and also I have been using a few different kinds of electrolytes, and I want to do a whole video on electrolytes because I feel like there's a lot of misconceptions and just kind of people like, oh, it's electrolyte supplement, it'll work great. Not always the case. So I do have some BioSteel ones here. These are okay. I don't mind the taste of these. These aren't the greatest ones for electrolytes in my opinion, but they work okay. So I have a Tailwind one here, which I don't really recommend. It's because it's just a lot of dextrose and sugars, and it's not, in my opinion, the best one, but yeah. I do have one of those left because this is my last one. I wanted to use it up. But the one I really like is the Relight ones, and I'll throw a picture of it up on the screen. And it's because they're really high in sodium. And I think, you know, you're trying to replenish that salt lost, right? Is one of the main things you're trying to do. And if it doesn't have high salt content and it's mainly sugar, it's, in my opinion, kind of a marketing gimmick, you know? So anyway, well, time to cook up some food. Oh, now I'm burning my mat, and this is the downside. All right, so that's rehydrating. I'm gonna mix up my protein powder. Now, I forgot to mention my spoons. This is just like the GSI, I don't know, the spoon or something. Like it's just their standard gray spoon. It's not even a long-handled one. So, story behind this spoon was actually my thru hike at the Great Divide Trail last year. I forgot my long-handled titanium spoon that I was gonna bring. So I had to buy this in water tin last minute, and it's what I ended up buying. And it's actually lighter than a titanium spoon, and it actually worked out. Like sometimes the deeper bags, you gotta like use it, but like this little hole in the end kind of helps you grip it pretty good. And so I've actually been sticking with this spoon for a lot of my trips because it's so light. It's like pretty durable and it's cheap. So I don't know, I actually love this spoon. It's kind of a weird find, but yeah, on my next thru hike, I would definitely take this spoon. And for general backpacking, it's great. And folks, this is why you bring a bottle to shake your protein powder in, because it's kind of gross to drink it like that. Oh, oh, ow. That hurt a lot. Okay, we'll edit that part out. I'm in great physical condition after being injured for 3 months, you know? All right, guys, food's ready. We're gonna see how interesting this is. Hopefully it tastes better than it looks. I really feel like the chickpeas were hydrated all the way, but they're not bad. That actually is it's not a bad flavor. It's actually quite good. It's not my favorite peak refuel meal. Like I probably wouldn't buy it again to take because there's so many ones that are, there's other ones that are so much better, but it's not disgusting. Like it's actually good. There's the chicken would go well in here too. Like, yeah, it's okay. It's decent. Not my favorite, but it's not. It's edible, and I'm like, I don't hate it. It's not bad. So that's my review on that one. Wouldn't buy it again, but if you can't do the meat and whatnot, it's not a bad option. I am, however, going to have my meat. I have no regrets. I have no remorse. Sorry, yeah. The way to do it, folks. All right, guys, gonna run you through the system that I brought here for this trip. I am testing out a couple of new pieces of gear, but most of it is same stuff I've used before. So first we'll talk about here is the Outdoor Vitals 1/8 inch foam pad. This is the 60 length one. This one's been pretty beat up, but still works great. Great sit pad, and I also put it underneath my sleeping pad at night to give a little bit of extra protection for the sleeping pad. For my sleep system, I'm using the Enlightened Equipment Enigma. This is the 10 degree Fahrenheit version of it. Really like this quilt. I'm a cold sleeper, so I need this. It didn't get like super cold last night, but it got down to about 3-4 degrees Celsius. So pretty cold for August in my opinion, but this handled it awesome. Sleeping pad is, you've seen me use this one before, but the Nemo Tensor. This is the long, wide version, so it's 25 inches wide by 77 inches long, I believe. And yeah, it's a good sleeping pad. It's not the most comfortable one, but it's one of my lightest sleeping pads that I have. So I take this one when I want to try to be a little bit lighter. And yeah, it's been working great. This is the older version, obviously, with the polyester on it. For pillow, using the Trekology 2.0 pillow. One of my favorite pillows for I need to go lightweight. Pretty comfortable for, you know, a $25 blow up pillow. For my backpack, I'm using the Z-Packs Art Call, the Ultra Fabric one. It's a 60 liter pack, and that 60 liters including all the pockets on the outside. So I think it's like 44 internal, and then the rest adds up to make it a 60. I also have the hip belt pockets on that, and a Chicken Tramper small water bottle holder on here, and then the Hyperlight Gear like bottle pouch. So I also have the lumbar pad on this as well. And to waterproof everything inside here, I use a Nylaflume pack liner. Don't use a rain cover. That's what I use there. That is the pack. And I have the pack inside because it was raining earlier. Didn't really want to get it wet because it was dry. Quickly touch on clothing. So this is my Sunrunner cap from Outdoor Research. Great. This one's pretty dirty. I've used it a lot. Great cap. Got the Outdoor Research Astroman Sun hoodie. This is like the older version, but that's what I've been hiking in. I'm in my kind of more sleep shirt now, which I'll get to in a second. Hiking pants is the Outdoor Research Ferozis. These are the zip-off ones, which I like. I like the other ones too, but the zip-offs on this one. For shoes, so you've seen these before. These are the Ultra Olympuses. This is the 2023 version. I really like these shoes. They're not super durable, but they fit my foot really good. I use Darn Tough socks. Right now I'm using the longer socks. I'm going to pick up some shorter ones here when they come on sale. But yeah, Darn Tough socks, which are great. Exficio underwear, like boxer underwear. I'll put a picture up of what those look like. And then for kind of clothes to sleep in, I have these just merino poly blend long johns. These are just like the Costco Paradox ones from like, you know, a few years back. Sure, do the job. And I have a little thin pair of liner socks to sleep in, something clean to put my feet in. I do carry a spare sock, a pair of hiking socks, by the way. I'm wearing one. I have one. And then for the other clothing, I got the -33 merino toque, which is great. It's cold out right now, so I'm putting that back on. So this is the Enlightened Equipment Visp jacket. Pretty good jacket. It's not as warm as like I think a dedicated down jacket in my opinion, but it does a pretty good job, and it still keeps you insulated when it's wet. Underneath this I have the an Alpha Direct, the Senchi Designs Alpha Direct. It's a weight 90 piece, and there's no hood on it, but it does have the quarter zip down. It's pretty warm. I want to get like 120 weight one with a hood, you know, for when it gets a little bit colder, like shoulder season. So I'm probably gonna try to pick one of those up on sale soon. But yeah, like that. And then the shirt that I'm wearing underneath is the Outdoor Vitals Turn hoodie. That's what I'm sleeping in. It's a merino based kind of hoodie, so which I really like, and I use that. I sleep in that shirt a lot, so it's really good. I don't think it's durable enough to like bushwhack in, but it's a great sleep shirt, super lightweight. For my water filtration, I have a CNOC 2-liter bag and the Platypus Quick Draw. As you can see here for the tent, I have the Dan Durson X-Mid Pro 2. and it's held up by the Z-Flick poles, which this is a new piece of gear for me, the Z-Flick poles. I have 2 of them here, and it's the first time I've been using them on a trip. So, yeah, they've been all right so far. I didn't use them the first night just because I need to get everything quickly. I know how to do with the trekking poles, but it's pretty simple with these. They're nice and light. The reason I did this is because I wanted to hike with my trekking poles to the place I was going to go to for a day hike, and I have a kind of injury, so I just wanted the trekking poles with me. So I also, of course, have first aid kit. I have a more in-depth video on that if you want to take a look and see what's in there. I have my poop kit, which consists of hand sanitizer, my Bogler trowel, love this trowel, toilet paper, and Sea to Summit wilderness wipes. And then, of course, in this cute little poop emoji Hilltop Packs bag. I also carry a generous amount of blue coat tape with me. You never know when you might need it. I used a lot of this stuff in the past and it works great. All right, now for my electronics. What I brought in this trip is to have one MB10000 power bank from Nightcore, and then a couple different cords. So just in case some small, this is a USB-C to Lightning for my iPhone, USB-C to USB-C to charge, you know, pretty much everything else. I have the InReach Mini 2, favorite satellite communicator. Don't see a reason to replace this with anything else. It's awesome. The FlexTail mini pump. It's great little pump. It also has a light on it there, which is nice, and you can inflate and deflate with it, which is pretty awesome. Just have my little mini backpacking wallet here, Hartford Gear little zip piece. Just carry, you know, my, of course, Crownland camping pass in here, and my driver's license, and some cash. AirPod Pros for, you know, listening to music or anything like that while hiking solo. That's just a microphone for the filming kit that I have here. USB to micro USB, and I actually didn't need this cable, but I got left in my kit anyway. But this I typically bring to charge my headlamp, which I didn't bring a headlamp on this trip, but I'll show you what I did bring instead. Yeah, this would be to charge either my Nightcore NU25 headlamp or my Black Diamond Storm headlamp, because they all still take micro USB, unfortunately. Pair of earplugs. This is the USB-C to the Garmin cable. This is for my watch, which is the Garmin Fenix 7 Pro watch. So with flashlight and everything, which is really nice. And then, speaking of my headlamp replacement, this is the Rovion little flashlight. So what's really neat about this is you can actually clip it onto a hat and use it as your headlamp kind of thing. So you like that. It can glows in the dark too. So it's super light, lighter than a headlamp. So that's why I brought that in. I didn't really plan on doing a lot of night hiking, but I still did, even though I didn't plan on it. So great to have this. And that's all in this little Mountain Laurel Designs little like zip up Dyneema or pouch. So, and that pretty much sums it up for the gear. So also I have my little mini Joby tripod, which I've been using like for all the kind of shots where I'm holding the camera out in front of me. The other new piece of gear I brought on this trip to test out is this little thermometer thing here by ThermoWorks. It's really nice, super lightweight. It gives you your temperature on there, and then if you press and hold it, it'll give you your max and min temperatures for the day, so I can see how cold it was, you know, last night. Minimum 4 degrees. So yeah, pretty handy little thing. I'm really liking it. I usually wouldn't bring a thermometer because it'd be kind of heavy, but this thing, I have, you know, no issues throwing that in my pack. So great little thing. And now I wanted to talk about things that I forgot. So I didn't bring any paracord on this trip, and it was actually kind of on purpose, and it was actually kind of dumb because I could have really used it to tie out my points in this tent here when that big storm hit. So should have brought paracord. Now, some of the things I actually forgot were sunglasses. Don't wear them all the time, but would have been good to have. And I would have brought some sunglasses if I'd remembered. They're in my car, just didn't grab them. Also, would have brought a light pair of gloves. Just with how cold temperatures are, I definitely would have used them multiple times already on this trip. It's just been that cold. The third of the things I forgot, the thing that would have been really helpful to remembering those things would have been a checklist. And I would say, like, I've done so much backpacking that I get lazy and don't really check a checklist very often anymore, which, you know, because I know already what to bring, and that's not wrong. I do know what to bring. I just don't always remember to bring it. So I think that's why checklists are important, even if you've been doing this for a long time, because you sure hate to get out on like a 4 or 5 day trip and realize you forgot something that you really might want, right? And for this trip is pretty short, so like, you know, I forgot something critical, so not that big a deal. But had it been like a 4 or 5 day trip, I might have been missing some of those items a lot more. Where it can get dangerous is, let's say I was going on a glacier or, you know, some ski touring and I forgot my sunglasses, then I could actually be in trouble to an extent, because it could damage my eyes. So, you know, not critical obviously in this case, but important to make sure that, you know, you're bringing everything you need to bring, especially from a safety side of things. So, alrighty guys, well, I think we're gonna, you know, start getting things ready for bed. I might still have that peach cobbler. I don't know. It's I'm pretty full, but I think I am gonna still whip it up for some dessert, but I would obviously not recommend packing the whole thing. I would split it into halves or thirds is what I would recommend, and bring that, because I'm about to eat way too much dessert. All right guys, so that's it for tonight. So signing off, I'm gonna finish eating dessert here and hit tent, get some sleep. So I'll see you in the morning. Well guys, this is what's for breakfast. Lemon berry granola from Alpenfuel. It's a pretty good one. Well, good morning guys. Got her all packed up and ready to start hiking out. Gonna miss this spectacular view here at this lake, but time to start heading back to the car. So let's go. All right guys, and this is one of the reasons forest fires happen, is because you've got idiots who leave their fire like this, still smoldering. You get something like that catches on some grass and you can have a whole forest fire. So I found this on my way out of here, so I'm going to put it out. So don't ever do this guys, be smart. Well, and this is why I wanted to go this way, because we got some beautiful views up here. Will not complain. Just taking a little break, a little snack, and enjoy Tombstone Mountain here. It's a pretty sweet mountain. Definitely on the bucket list to summit. So, pretty cool. All right guys, well we're kind of off the main trail and back on more of a kind of old road. So really good for mountain biking. I was really wishing kind of have a mountain bike stashed in the bush there, but I walked this, didn't bring a mountain bike, so walk it out to the car. But that's pretty much a wrap here. Just wanted to mention, I did, when I set up the ground cloth, the Dan Durston ground cloth last night, it actually set up quite nicely. The reason why it didn't before is because I pitched the tent very poorly the first night in a hurry to get out of the rain. So, no, I like the ground cloth. The reason why I went with that over the Tyvek that I've been using is because it's a bit lighter, and I do like it. It's not as durable, obviously, but it is lighter, packs a lot easier, so I don't hate it. And when I'm taking that setup, I'm usually trying to go as light as I can, so I think it's kind of the perfect one for that application, and still kind of saves the bottom of the tent. So alrighty, well, thank you all for coming along on this. If you have any questions about the gear that I've used on this trip, put it in the comments below, and as always, see you on the next one.